Hey guys, one of my customers just got her results back from the Zinzino balance test, and I want to share them with you. So let's dive in. As you can see here, this customer is unbalanced. Their omega-6-3 balance ratio is at a 33-1, and it should be a 3-1. Their omega-6s, which is the inflammatory omega, is too high. And so we want to bring that value down so that we have the right balance ratio within the body. So omega-6s should be at a 3, and the omega-3s, the anti-inflammatory omega, should be at a 1. Now moving down to the protection value, this is really alarming when we consider the fact that this person's cells have a 0% protection value. This shows that their immune system is not doing what it needs to and is not able to defend itself properly. This also shows that their cells are just not protected. Now that first vertical box, this one is really, really important because this is that omega-3. And theirs is at a 1.8%, which is really, really scary. This is a huge danger zone. This is something that we need this to be at either an 8% or even a little higher. If the value is below 4%, it can lead to problems with cell division, tissue division, but it also can lead to higher risks of cardiovascular disease. And this being a 1.8% is truly, truly scary. So we want to change this. Now that next category, the mental strength, is at a 6.4-1. That's also insufficient. We want to make sure that the brain and the nervous system are nourished properly so that they can work effectively for the body. Mental strength also shows us that they may have an issue with concentration, decision making, maybe even mood swings, maybe learning something new is hard for them, but they could also have some type of memory issue as well. Now the brain is comprised of 60% fat, and 20% of that should come from omega-3s. And that makes sure that the brain is working properly. And as we can see here, it is not. Now here with the cell membrane fluidity, think of this as the cell membrane being permeable and liquidy, and things can pass through it like nutrients that we need for our bodies. But also the waste products from the cell can get out, we can excrete it. Now when the fluidity is insufficient, and this is a 20.2-1, that means that the cell is rigid and hard, and things are not getting into the cell, but things are also not getting out of the cell. This can also tell us that there could be issues with hormones. And so this is really important for this to get regulated so that we can be working and getting the nutrients we need, but also getting the things into our body and out of our body the way that we need them to be. Now the AA index is elevated at 11.6. This is a little bit alarming, right? Because we don't want this to be elevated at all. We really want that green zone. However, this indicates the omega-6. This indicates that there is some type of inflammatory process happening within the body. And it is important for us to have some of that for our nerves, our brain cells, our joints, our immune defense, but also wound healing. And so this isn't as alarming as the other values that we went over. Additionally, the test will tell you how to improve your results by taking the balance oil, but also moving your body more, maybe changing your diet is going to be helpful. And then there's also going to be these sliding scales that can show you exactly the same information from above, but in a balanced scale. So you can see where you fall, but also where you want to be. And so as you can see from this test, most of them are living in the red, and which are really, really not a place you want to be. Now, you can always download this report to share with your doctor or share with friends or just have a copy for yourself. And this is the part that is the most interesting to me. This is the details of the essential fatty acids that are measured, and there are 11 of them. Now, if you click on any of the plus signs, you can always open up a little bit more information about that acid. It'll show you where you're getting that potentially from your diet or where it comes from. And that will give you a good indication of if you're having too much of it or not enough. Now we want all of these values to be at 0%, not in the positive nor not in the negative. And as you can see, this test result, a lot more of them are in the positive values, so we need to bring those down. And then when we get to the omega-3s, all of them are in the negative. So we really need to work hard to get this into balance. Also, you can always track your progress here, and so this test result will remain here until the next one is captured. There you have it. Their results are in, and they are going to take the balance oil for 120 days before retesting with the Zinzino balance test to compare their before and after results. Now my question for you is, do you know, are you in balance?